In this episode of Vaughn and Bibby, you could be angered, appalled, enlightened, utterly confounded, enraged, or inspired to love. You could be. Most likely you will remain unchanged. But come with us anyway, we're going somewhere different.
Alright, off to another weekend adventure in the rain. I'm just headed to the school now to meet Erin because we have to leave as soon as she gets out. She already has her bags. And also Sarah and Jared, you remember them? They're coming, and Jermel's coming. And a new guy I'll introduce you to later, Eugene. They're all coming with us. We're going to Okinawa, so it should be exciting. But I gotta go, otherwise we're gonna be late. So I'll catch up with you in a sec.
We arranged an Uber to pick us up right outside the school that everyone but me works at. Shortly after the bell rang, we were on our way to the airport. I kept looking at the weather forecast for Okinawa in disbelief, despite its overwhelming certainty that it would rain. 90% chance of rain for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Maybe it's a typo. They probably meant to say 90% chance of good sunshine beach vibes, but the lackey intern at the office screwed up the message.
Trying to kill this beer for security.
It doesn't matter that we're late.
Yeah.
It matters that this beer isn't wasted.
Yeah, exactly. It's all good.
It was a mad dash to the airport. The bell rang at 4 p.m. The flight was at 6:20. It's an hour drive when there's no traffic. There was traffic.
We made it. Don't worry, YouTube.
The first omen of good things to come. We could not have arrived at a more perfect time.
Thank you. That was like perfect timing.
Yeah, we made it. We didn't have to wait, really.
No, there was no lines, luckily.
Exactly.
We got to the gate, they started boarding. Perfect.
Tiger Air airplanes aren't made for 6'2" Canadian men.
It was so fast though.
Yeah, it was quick. We got all our regulars. We got Jermel, Sarah, Jared, Erin, and the newbie, Eugene. Hello, camera. And we're just trying to figure out how to get to our hostel. Because we only planned up until this point. So now we gotta figure that shit out.
Excited to step foot into what will be our home for the next couple days, we put together the steps necessary to get us into our hostel and ultimately into relaxation mode. It seems silly to tell you now about the anticipation and thoughts of grandeur we had, picturing a historic island rich with authentic experiences.
Is there a bar close to this place? Yes.
So far, everything's pretty easy to figure out. It's easy to figure out the monorail. There's signs in English. Well labeled, well lit.
Simple. Step 1, monorail. Step 2, bus. Step 3, walk. No problem. Any simple bitch could figure this one out.
Right, it's not as easy as I was saying before. I retract my earlier statement.
The bus driver was kind and helpful, surely amused by our ignorance. The bus was exciting and deflating all at once, passing endless signs that Americans had taken over: McDonald's, Burger King, gambling dives, Domino's Pizza, an island surrounded by fresh ocean edibles and the opportunity for fresh daily features, and there stands a Red Lobster, for fuck's sakes. The drive seemed to take a lifetime. Guttural noises from hunger nearly drowned out the sound of the engine. We all watched the screen to see if our stop was coming up, and there was doubt that it ever would.
Thank you. That was interesting. That was a whole thing. He was super nice though. Basically.
Pretty good English too.
Yeah. We're kicking it old school. We don't have data. We don't have the use of our cell phones because we don't have data. We have basically the things we've written down ahead of time, and that's it. So he pretty much saved our life. Also, Jared asked somebody on the bus.
Yeah. And our hostel lady sent me a very detailed email, which was super helpful.
Yeah. Now we're on the hunt for, you guessed it, food and beer.
It's very different than like Taipei though. Like Taipei, like I guess somebody picked us up from the airport, but I felt like as soon as we were in Taipei, it was like pretty easy to navigate.
Yeah, instant, like, yeah.
A quick stop at Family Mart for some snacks and beer led us to some other Americans, and we asked them for directions. That made the difference between walking aimlessly and getting to our hostel. The Aien Hostel was amazing. With places like this, I wonder why anybody stays in a hotel. The staff, the decor, the patrons, and fellow travelers were a warming reprieval from the rain. We got settled in, made our beds, chatted with our friendly hosts. There was an uneasy feeling in all of our stomachs that was beginning to demand attention. We needed food, but everything was closed. Well, not Family Mart, so off we went. On our way, we spotted glowing lights in the distance, a sign perhaps showing a still open restaurant. To our grave misfortune, we found a Coco's.
Our plan is to go and see if Coco's is open because we're all just degenerated enough that we might be able to make it before last call.
Apparently Coco's is American.
What?
I didn't know this was a thing. Jamel just told me. I picture it to be like an Asian
It looks like it should be.
Denny's.
It looks like the kind of place I would never eat if I was in the States.
Please don't deny me food.
They did not deny me food. I get the feeling they don't deny anybody here.
I'm back.
It was Eugene's birthday, and what better way to celebrate than to bring him to a place that calls pressed ground beef sirloin steak.
Oh my god, yeah!
Give it a snuggle.
Document my face.
1, 2, 3.
Another quick stop at Family Mart, a little brainwashing from a nearby vending machine, and we went back towards our hostel where we sat near the water and just talked verbosely until the long-awaited bedtime. Tomorrow will be a much more interesting day.
Jamel, I know this must be a health food product with its yogurt cup of